making the actual number of items you're getting almost the same color as the packaging. 18 16-ounce cans equals 24 regular 12-ounce cans of Budweiser. Okay, so yeah, that is scummy. You're getting 18, but you're led to believe you're getting 24. That is asshole design, because if you're not looking closely, which, let's face it, you're not gonna be able to tell how much you're gonna get. But on the flip side, you're still getting the same amount. So is it really all that bad? It just means each can's gonna be slightly bigger. So I don't know, maybe that's your thing, or maybe you just want more cans, which is just more waste. I don't know, I'm on the fence about this one. Hello and welcome to Kalbus, my name is Zen, and today we're taking a look at r/AholeDesign, a subreddit dedicated to designers and companies trying to fool you, and all of us trying to figure out, is this hand-on's razor, or are they just dick bags? Let's just jump straight in. Can't play the single-player campaign in the new Call of Duty without being connected to the internet. This is an issue that has really come up in the last decade or so with a lot of online games, even if they're single-player, and it really sucks. If you're wondering why this happens, it's a form of DRM. It's essentially anti-piracy measures. To make sure, this is still a legit copy, you still paid actual money for this. The amount of money that is spent on anti-piracy measures, I have to wonder, what is the ratio between costs of developing these systems and loss of sales because of them versus how much you're losing in sales to people that pirate games? I am just curious as to what that ratio is, and is it actually worth it? Simply put, I don't endorse pirating games, I really don't. If you're not going to pay for something that a lot of people have put a lot of effort into, you're a bit of a dick. And you're the reason why we have to deal with things like these. You're ruining it for everyone. This bill I received, which is actually an advertisement. My heart skipped a beat when I first read it. Trademark publication, blah 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 blah, publication fee 1,420 for reproduction of trademark. What the This is scummy beyond belief. This is the same kind of thing as advertisements in the form of parking tickets. Yeah, I get it, you're gonna go and look at it, but at the same time, do you think that's gonna work? You've just essentially scared and annoyed the audience that you're targeting. Do you really think that's gonna convert into a sale? Maybe it's a 0.1% of conversion rate for sales. That's still, you're an ass. Premium plug wants a premium socket. I hate this with a passion. When I have something that I need to plug in and it's just basically demanding, I require the other plugs around me. I require this space just for myself. Bugger off. I do not like this. I will begrudgingly plug you in, but if I do not need you anymore, you better believe I'm going to replace you with something more useful. It's such commonplace to have plugs that fit in conformity with these plug strips. It's so easy to do just by doing this. Oh, this actually makes my blood boil. I don't like this. Advertisement changes size so you can click it by accident. Whoever programs these, I would like to actually punch you in your face multiple times. Because you better believe if I'm trying to close your pop-up and it just moves, so it makes it, so I click through. Sure, you may have that analytic, but you better believe I am closing that website down immediately. If you make these knowingly, just know you're a terrible person. My mum bought this from a different seller on Amazon because it was cheaper. Not the proper book, just use the cover to sell to confused old ladies. The Queen's Gambit, what's on inside? It's just lined paper. That is, send it back. Simply send that back, leave a bad review and report it, because that person is not going to be selling for much longer. The Amazon seller system is very flawed. It allows things like this to happen, but at the same time, legitimate businesses, if someone takes issue with them and a couple of negative, even fake reviews go up, it can just impede, if not destroy, a seller. It's a very flawed system, and there's going to be a lot of opportunists like this just trying to make a quick buck and just run away. But no, yeah, this is just next level assholery. What the hell? Our school changed the push bars on the right hand to door handles on the left amid the virus. Yes, because what we need during a global pandemic is more things that you need to interact with. Oh yeah, get your grubby little virusy hands on there, just give it a little wiggle, open that door, instead of just gotta push on through here. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Maybe you don't even need to use your arms or hands or anything, or even your shoulders. Why don't you do what I do? If you see a door like this where you can just push it open, just use your foot. As you're walking forward, just put the bottom of your foot at the bottom of the door, and as you step down, it'll swing it right open. Don't do it with force, because you could just brain someone. But yeah, there's a way to not get your grubby hands on anything and potentially harm yourself. Just harm others with the door swinging wildly. Use this knowledge carefully. Next, in disgustingly gerrymandered districts, there's a reason we in Oberlin call it the duck. Ooh. Okay, first off, I really like the fact that they, had to put a duck to the side, just in case you forgot what a duck looked like. But at the same time, I'm not going to go into the politics of everything. We try to keep politics away from Kalbus, but gerrymandering is a thing. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's essentially a method of manipulating voting districts to work for a party's favor. That's as far as I'm going to go into it. If you want to research it, look it up. It's well documented. It makes the unwanted candy rounds at the office every Halloween. The eye pattern is printed on the wrapper, not the gum. And yeah, good. I wouldn't... I mean, if you're going into this wanting to basically eat an eyeball, one, that's kind of messed up, and two, it's gum. It's not a gummy. It's like a hard shell gum. Let's put it another way, right? If you wanted to basically have it look like it's on the wrapper, that's a bunch of colorings and chemicals you're putting in on top of the gum. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'll take the little bit of gum. If you want to simulate eating like a little bit of sweet eyeball action, get your Jolly Ranchers off or whatever, just get a bunch of Haribo and squish them into a little ball and go ham. There you go. When abroad, HBO subscription enforces Geoblock, which doesn't even let you access your account settings to cancel. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so I reckon this is most likely lazy design more than anything else. If it's using Geoblock, it's probably just a site-wide thing on your account being like, oh, it's not in the area that we're basically licensed to stream this to you, which that's a whole other thing. So they're probably just being like, you're not in the area for our service. Block. So that's what that is most likely. But still, yeah, just use a VPN, sign in via that way, cancel your subscription that way, get away from it. Companies are figuring out that spam mail works a lot better as physical mail. Oh, before I even get into this, I have a bad feeling. Looking at my informed delivery email, and there's a letter that says time-sensitive material, with my name and no info on who sent it. After 5 minutes of freaking out, I find that it's from Citibank, a company I've never used. What a-holes. This angers me on multiple fronts. One, it's using physical mail, which is a waste of resources. Two, it's basically using fear to make sure you open it for what is spam. And three, this is their marketing campaign? Who thought this was a good idea? I said it earlier on, but if I see something like this, and it's a case of they're trying to basically use fear or trick me into using their services and make me read their thing, I'm just gonna get rid of it. Because that's just dishonest from the get-go, and that's not a good basis for you to try and, build trust with a potential customer with. Ha ha ha, we got you into our services by tricking you. Now trust us. No, never. Ointment company hiding a hole in base, making a small pocket containing ointment rather than full size. So it took me a second to realize what they were talking about, and if you take off the bottom of the green bit, it's just, there's hollow space. So essentially the amount of ointment you're getting is much less than what the packaging suggests, which is scummy. Basically, making it look like you're going to get a lot more than you actually do. Now, from a previous episode of this, there was something about packaging is a lot larger than what you're actually going to get. So there was something about some toys with makeup, and it shows you you look at all this makeup you get, look at the packaging, the size of it, and then you open it up and 3/4 of it isn't even used. There was something in the comments saying they do that so mainly to allow all the information on the back, which is legally required. But at the same time, they don't need to put it that big. They can just condense it down and make it smaller instead of using big print, So this is just very misleading packaging. So yeah, this is AholeDesign. Roof fell off in a friend's house. Turns out the builder company just put bamboo to support it. Okay, I'm going to preface this with I have limited knowledge on this. That still looks messed up. This is what's called a drop ceiling, where essentially they make an artificial roof where they make the ceiling of the room lower, so there's room for like lighting and insulation and other things like that for easier access, mainly used in like office buildings and whatnot. But bamboo is pretty strong and it should reduce materials costs, but it seems like the bamboo is fine. It's the anchor point to what the ceiling is that's broken. Now, when you do like drop ceilings like this, there should be a supportive grid. This is supported by like anchoring in the walls along the side and also from the tensile strength of whatever is propping it up from like the roof above. So it's like extra protection and strength to the integrity of the structure. So instead of just essentially shoving a bit of bamboo in a bit of drywall and hoping it stays, I'm pretty sure this is like an OSHA violation or something. I'm sure there's a legal issue here. Like this is dangerous. They already have an hour-long countdown blocking the corner of the screen, but are still adding animated text sporadically throughout the movie in the center of the screen. Okay, first of all, it's only Despicable Me, so it's not a big loss. But second of all, this just destroys the viewing pleasure of, like, your audience. Like, it's just going to annoy the people watching. I get it. It's a new show. It's a film or whatever Astronauts is. It's essentially, you're trying to build up hype. It starts in an hour. Build hype. Be here. Watch this. Oh! But at the same time, you're just going to annoy people and they're most likely going to click off. People are fickle, right? They are not going to just sit around and get annoyed. They will just switch channel. Do you know how many channels there are for people to view now? And that's just on TV. There's YouTube, Netflix, all these other things. You do not want to annoy your viewer base. Speaking of, that's all the time we have for today on Kalbus. If you liked the video, consider dropping a like or maybe even subscribing or maybe even share with a friend if you want to be like, haha, look at this thing and be angry with me. If you want to see some more r/AholeDesign, then just wait a couple of seconds because another one will be popping up on your screen. But on that note, I have been your host Zen, and I hope to see you in the very next video. Have a great rest of your day.